Good morning, everybody. Everybody that's going to be listening. I don't really have that many listeners at this point. Fortunately, at least one does give me a thumbs up. I have to ask, first of all, welcome to Sick of Shit Broadcasting. I'm your host, Mr. Sick of Shit, and this is the program that does have the very real potential to clear up every brainwashed mind in the country. However, I need help from those who listen. My one subscriber thumbing me up. Very good. I appreciate that. Comments, I appreciate that. But those who are also listening, which aren't that many, but I'm glad that you're listening, please subscribe. If you like what I'm saying or you think I'm being well informative, please give me a thumbs up and please share these messages because they are important and people do need to know what's going on because they're likely not going to hear much about these things in the TV and radio. Many, I don't know about you, but I feel personally that there are a lot of poor people out there who are in need, but there are a lot of poor people out there who are really spoiled as well. Those of you who know me, you know. When I was growing up, we had very little. We lived in a house that was a barn when we moved into it, literally. It had been used for a barn. We had to shovel shit off the floors for quite some time before we could even clean them to move in. Had no plumbing of any kind at all. It was rough. Wintertime was even worse. We didn't have any insulation. It's a long story. But it was cold. I can remember times as a teenager being so cold that I couldn't even zip my pants up after I went to the bathroom. And not only that, but when I was little, I mean, we're talking like maybe 7, 8 years old. Wintertime was so harsh, we had to stay under electric blankets just to keep warm. We had electricity, but no plumbing. People don't understand these days just how fortunate they are. The poorest of the poor that actually have something like, Section 8, you're in good shape. You got electricity, you got plumbing, you got everything that you need every single month, and most of it you don't even have to pay for it. And I'm not speaking to any one group of people here either, because I used to be in the same predicament, but they made it so difficult for me to get any kind of a place that I wanted in an area that I wanted to be in. I got off of it because it was just not for me. But a lot of these very spoiled poor people, well, they may be very upset very soon. Janet Yellen says inflation and a lower standard of living is a good thing. Americans must learn to get by with less. Okay, well, some of them, it might be a good thing for them. We'll have to wait and see. But the more disadvantaged people feel that they are, usually the more dangerous they tend to be, more volatile. Increased temps mega drought causes greater impact on farmers and ranchers in the southwestern and northwestern states. California dams become too low to create power. What's going to happen there? Many mall operators are filing for bankruptcy as 102 malls throughout the country so far are being affected, maybe more. Sick of hearing about obviously bogus hacks and ransomware? Well, so am I, quite frankly, because it is exactly that, bogus. It was not hackers that caused these problems, and it was not hackers that are going to cause the problems in the future. I think we know who it was. It is not a coincidence that the current administration claimed throughout the campaign and so far since they've been in office that cars were going to be eliminated, fossil fuels were not going to be used anymore. And then, of course, there was the attack, other than those alleged hack attacks. Now there's a chemical plant in Illinois, the number one producer of lubricants for machinery, that has gone up in flames. Don't think that's not going to cause serious problems because there's a lot of machinery out there, including trucks, that need lubricants to operate. I spoke to a Navy seaman yesterday, and he told me that his last deployment actually ran out of food for several days because there were no supply ships around to restock the vessel he was living in. Think about it, folks. If the United States military can't even keep their people supplied with what they need, what do you think that the government is going to be able to do when all this comes to a head? Very little, if anything. Better get ready, folks, because I'm telling you, we got more than a bumpy ride ahead. Till next time, Mr. Sick of Shit signing out.